We're more than halfway, guys. We're more than halfway. And according to the car, we may be able to make it back. This is insane, guys. We're at 1%. We're good. We're at 1%. And it's flattening off.
Today, we are putting the Audi A6 Sportback E-Tron Quattro through the hardest test we do here on the channel. One of the goals of the long trip test is for a car to cover the 610 kilometer or almost 400 mile trip with the shortest charging time possible. The test is also designed to uncover flaws and weaknesses with an EV and its route planner. Today, we are really pushing this car to its limit and beyond, and maybe, just maybe, the Audi A6 e-tron will become the first car of more than 100 EVs tested in more than 4 years on this channel to complete the route without even charging. Can Audi make history today?
Today is the day we're setting a new record in the long trip test. That is my prediction, at least. And this car has all the prerequisites of setting a new record because it just set a new record in my range test. Check that video out down below. It almost hit an insane milestone. It did hit one milestone, but it almost hit an insane milestone I didn't think we were gonna hit anytime soon. It didn't hit it, but it was so close, like within a kilometer or two. So I'm gonna link that video down below and go check that out. But this car is very efficient for being this type of vehicle, and it also, you know, a low slung sedan. But there is a version of this car that I'm pretty sure could cover today's trip without even a charge stop. I don't think we're gonna get there, but there are a few numbers to look out for, and this just keeps getting higher and higher. So as per now, our average consumption is 18.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. But I know when we're going to get closer to Kristiansand, it is going to drop because, you know, we're soon going to end the 4-lane section, like the halfway point, down to our halfway point. And from there and further, we're going to have patches of 4-lane and 2-lane highway or motorway. So our average consumption is going to be lower than the 18.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers it is now. If we can get the consumption down to 15.0, we're going to be able to go 615 kilometers today without a single charge. I think that is very optimistic because the lowest consumption we've ever had in any car is with the Tesla Model 3 long-range dual motor, the new version that came out last year. And I think the consumption we had there was like 14.1 or 14.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So for this car to get down to 15 is very optimistic, but we may be able to do it. And also, if we're able to get to our halfway point with 50% stated charge, we're also going to be able to get back with 50% stated charge because the conditions today, basically no winds at all. It is insane. But, and it is a big but, the weather today may get very hot. Maybe close to 30 degrees Celsius. And if it does, yeah, that's not going to be in our favor. Currently, it's 24 degrees Celsius, but it is still early. It's like 10:15 in the morning, and the forecast says it's going to get close to 30. But guys, I'm pretty excited. We may be able to cover this trip without a single charge stop, but I don't think so. I think we're still going to beat the record that was set last fall by the facelifted Porsche Taycan 4S sedan with like a charge time of like only 5 minutes. This doesn't charge as fast as that in kilowatts, but it does in like 10 to 80%, and this is a lot more efficient. I think we're going to be able to go 550 kilometers today without charging. So either way, we're going to set a few new records today, but will we be able to cover this trip without a single charge? Well, that's what we're going to find out today, guys. Pretty exciting.
As I said, the big thing to look out for is arriving at our halfway point with 50% battery. Because at least in theory, if we can get there on half a battery, we could get back on half a battery. So as we got closer and closer to Kristiansand, the consumption got lower and lower. The battery percentage predicted got higher and higher, but so did the outside temperature. Would we reach our halfway point with half a battery for the first time ever in this test?
Welcome to Kristiansand. Welcome to our turnaround point. And guys, we are now here with, I'm gonna show you guys with the camera here. We're here with 52% stated charge with an average consumption of 16.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. The car predicts 296 kilometers of range. We've covered 299. This is quite insane, guys. This is actually pretty insane, because if you are to trust that it took us 48% stated charge to get down here, means that we're gonna use 48% stated charge to go back. I mean, it's basically wind still today. Like, the weather's crazy. Like, the lakes I've been passing, like, completely still, like ice. But the car says we have a little bit less range than we've covered. And also, when we do the calculations for the consumption, it doesn't add up. So all it is really doesn't add up. But if I put SO Släpbanden into the navigation system here, SO, what does it say? Släpbanden? Does it say we're going to be able to make it there? It wants us to do a charge stop here somewhere. It says 19%. We're not going to do that. We want to do some settings here. And let's see, ladeinstillingen. And then, yeah. We're going to put that down to 2. And also down to 2, minimum 2. And then, let's go out. Let the car recalculate. Why didn't it recalculate? I want us to do a 5-minute charge stop. Guys, I think we're gonna ignore that. Today we're gonna YOLO it. We're gonna do the craziest YOLO we've ever done, because we're gonna try to get back to where we started without a single charge stop. Will we be able to do it? I don't know. Will the A6 Sportback E-Tron Quattro be the first car in my long trip test, almost 5 years of testing, be the first car to complete this trip without charging?
So yes, I know that I said if we could get there with half a battery, we could get back with half a battery. But it isn't always that simple, because the stated battery percentage doesn't always drop off linear. So using that one measurement wouldn't be reliable enough. And when I calculated range based on consumption, we were indeed below 50% stated charge, even though the car stated we were at 52% stated charge, which in return meant we wouldn't be able to make it back on this charge. And to make things worse, the buffer between range and distance was a solid minus 25 kilometers just up until an hour before our destination. So either way, yeah, it wasn't looking good.
Okay guys, this is getting nerve-wracking because we're getting very close. The buffer in the minus has been basically the same until now. Now it's at minus 14, which is an improvement. And if we're able to get to the bottom of Liedbakkene, which is like down here at sea level, with like a few percentage battery, we can use that energy to get to top of Liedbakkene. And once we get there, I've done this with every car I've tested, get to the top with 0%, it is downhill to the chargers from there, because it's like at an elevation of a few hundred meters, and then it's just downhill. We're able to use minimal energy or even regen a lot of energy. We're currently at 5% stated charge, and also I reset the short-term trip computer from 14% stated charge, and I've done some calculations. As long as we can keep that consumption below like 17 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and considering there may be a 2 kilowatt hour buffer below zero, we're gonna make it. We're currently at 15.7. That is good because we are now going downhill to sea level. But guys, this is crazy. This is insane. Are we really going to be able to cover the whole trip without a single charge? That is just insane. Okay, this is insane, guys. We've just traveled 580 kilometers on this charge, and we're about to hit the bottom of Liedbakkene, which are like these hills that go from sea level and up to like maybe 250 meters. And we're here with 3% stated charge, 6 kilometers of range, but 20 kilometers to go. But from experience, guys, and you know I've done this many times before, if I'm here with a few percentage, 2 or 3, and I'm able to get to the top without depleting the battery to zero. Like we don't hit zero before we hit the top. We're able to go the rest of the, like the 18 or 17 kilometers, because it's just downhill the rest of the way. We're gonna go 90 up the hill here. The speed limit is 100, but like basically the traffic is moving here at 90. You can see this Tesla here pulling a trailer. He's going slower than us. He should be in the right lane, but we're too slow to go in the left lane. So this isn't passing. Like, I'm going below the speed limit in the right lane. The guy's in the wrong lane. Okay, it's starting to flatten out now. We're soon going over the top here. 1%, 3 kilometers, 16 kilometers to go. Okay, we got to get in the left lane because this lane is merging into the middle lane here. This is insane, guys. We're at 1%. We're good. We're at 1%, and it's flattening off. Insane. This is insane. In the 4+ years I've been doing the long trip test, I've been dreaming about this day. We were going to be able to complete this test, this trip, without even charging. And that day is today. Mark it for history, guys. July 11, 2025 in an Audi. Insane. We're still at 1%. And now, this is the top. This is the mall called Toppen Misrepresenting. And then from here, it's just downhill. With 14 kilometers to go, it is downhill. And we have 3 kilometers of range left. Minus 11. Guys, insane. Insane. I'll see you at the finish line. We made it, guys. We made it, just as I said like 10 minutes ago. Not even that. It's insane. It's insane. You know, I've done this so many times now the past few years. As long as I'm able to get to the bottom of the bucket with a few percentage and then get to the top, like without running out, then we're able to just coast down here. And insane, insane. So yeah, we are right here with 0% stated charge, 0 battery, 600.9 kilometers covered according to the car. But it's like the trip is like in measured distance, like on Google Maps. I think it's 610 kilometers or 615. I don't remember. I think it's 610. And an average consumption of 15.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And just, guys, that is insane. We run the Tesla Model 3 long-range dual motor, a smaller car, a lighter car on 18-inch wheels, much better weather. Like, it wasn't as hot. It's like 30 degrees Celsius now. This car, a large sedan with 21-inch wheels, amazing performance. It's quiet, it's comfortable, with a lot of space, just at 15.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers over this trip is insane. More than 600 kilometers. Yeah, that is insane. This is an impressive car, guys. In the past 4 years, I've been doing the long trip test. And I think like when it started, was it like in the fall or winter? I don't remember. Like, I'm going to put up some stats for you guys now. But when I started, I think the best cars was like 30, maybe 40 minutes. Some cars like 45 minutes. It wasn't unusual to have charge times like 40 minutes to an hour in winter. And even the best cars in summer were like, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes. And then around 2 years ago, and especially last fall, we were setting record after record, cars dipping below 10 minutes, below 10 minutes, the Taycan, the Audi Q6 E-Tron, and other cars. But I didn't think we were going to get here just a year later, not even a year later, like 9 months later with the car. And especially this spec is not even the most efficient. It's just basically a detuned S6 with 21-inch wheels. It's insane. Yeah, guys, this is crazy and very fun. And congratulations, Audi, for being the first car on this channel to be able to cover the long trip test without even charging. So guys, let me know what you think down below. I'm curious to know. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.